Hello and welcome to another edition of Byrne's Spring Buzz, your weekly insight into all the latest gossip from the 2010 Spring Racing Carnival with the Herald Sun's confidential editor, Fiona Byrne. Good afternoon, Fiona.
Good afternoon, Beck.
Now, despite the downpour at Flemington on Saturday, a host of local and international celebrities turned up for AAMI Victoria Derby Day. Kelly Osborne had the media in a frenzy. Tell us all about it.
Well, Kelly Osborne was a huge hit. She was a guest of Lavazza and arrived in Melbourne from Los Angeles on Saturday morning. She literally spent 2 hours getting ready at her hotel and then went straight to the track. She looked absolutely stunning in a really gorgeous 50s-inspired black frock that she teamed with a gorgeous black and white hat and got into the spirit of the day. She was a fantastically charming, elegant guest, and I must say there were plenty of people in the marquee who were lining up to have their photograph taken with her and get autographs. But the thing I found interesting was that she actually wanted to get autographs of her own, and she approached Gary Ablett wanting to get his autograph. It turns out that Kelly does know quite a bit about AFL football, and she was very interested to speak to Gary. And Mark Murphy, I understand from Carlton, also ended up going out for dinner with her. There was a group that she took to dinner at Nobu after the races, and those footballers were among that group.
That sounds amazing. Now, Dame Edna Everidge, I heard, had the My Fashions on the field enclosure in an absolute spin. Tell us about that.
Dame Edna was an explosion of colour when she arrived in the birdcage in a chauffeur-driven golf cart on Saturday. It was quite a way to arrive at the track. She looked extraordinary in a multicoloured, multi-tiered raincoat, which was very clever, really, for the conditions. She teamed her outfit with a branching feathered ensemble that just made her about 7 feet tall. She certainly stood out on what was a very grey day.
Now, the other big name, of course, was Mel B, former Spice Girl, and I understand she had a wardrobe malfunction.
Absolutely. She had what I would call a wardrobe nightmare. She arrived at the track, of course, it was pouring with rain when she got there with her husband, Stephen Belafonte, and she had what would be the nightmare for any other woman. Her zip actually came undone. It broke on the back of her Wayne Cooper dress, and she had to be rushed into a toilet where someone had to scoot in with a needle and thread and literally sew her into her dress. But like a real professional, she just took a deep breath, composed herself and came out and just, again, was completely charming, did a round of media interviews, posed for thousands of pictures, and really just had a great day at the track at the Maya Marquee.
Now, over in the Emirates Marquee, they had a very special guest. Tell us about that, or guests, I should say.
Well, yes, they did. They had two of the sheikhs who were visiting from Dubai. They came in and were very, very, very special guests in the Emirates Marquee. It was quite interesting. Some of their entourage were very keen to get Shane Warne's autograph. Shane Warne, of course, amazing cricketer and an international celebrity, and it's always very interesting to